sempre faz isso?
O quê?
Filmar as pessoas.
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur coming to you with another review. This week, I checked out My Dead Ones. Or if you prefer the original Portuguese title, it's O Segredo de Davi, which I think translates to like David's Secret or Secret of David. Either way, this 2018 Brazilian film was directed by Diego Prattes and stars Nicolas, Prattes, Andre Henges, and Nusa Maria Ferraro, among others, of course. The story of this movie follows David, and he is a character who's somewhere along the spectrum, and he prefers to see the world through his like camcorder rather than his regular eyes. And so he's going around, filming everything, and then he starts like filming people in secret and kind of starts stalking them. And then he even takes it further and starts killing the people that he's stalking. Along the way, he also kind of imagines living with his victims in his apartment. But what will happen though? Well, you have to watch the movie and find out. Alright, so let's discuss this movie. Well, this is a psychological thriller, and it's pretty interesting that way because you are following this kind of like serial killer as he's going around killing people and stalking his victims and that type of stuff. And he is on the spectrum too, like the ADHD spectrum, so he has his own issues as well. With this movie, it's all from his point of view, so he has some issues. He's not a very reliable storyteller. It kind of reminds me of a book I read, Perks of Being a Wallflower. And with that one, it's like letters, so it's just kind of like these disjointed kind of segments all put together because that's how the character kind of sees the world. And the same is true for this one. It's a little bit disjointed, but again, you see it from his point of view. So that's what the stuff that really stands out for him. And he's, again, not a reliable narrator as well. He's like seeing ghosts and stuff like that. So all of it's really interesting to kind of get an image of this character. So very interesting that way. Also, the journey of David is like a strange one to watch. He has like this sexual tension relationship with this other character, and that's all very strange. And he is also like collecting these victims and kind of living with, his image of them, and that's interesting as well. So all of it goes to be like a strange story, but again, very interesting one. Other than that, on the technical side, everything works. The direction is good, the shooting is good, the lighting, the sound, it's all good. I'd even say the acting is good. I know it's in Portuguese, so I don't get quite the nuances of the language as well. But, it all definitely works. You can tell that there's something off about this guy. He's kind of a very kind of morbid character, and it's all very interesting that way. He portrays it pretty well, too. And so, yeah, all of that just goes in it to be, an interesting watch. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, there's a few things that stood out to me that were kind of odd. For example, David, he's supposed to be like this dark web expert and can do all this stuff on the dark web. And that just didn't seem to fit his character, especially when you kind of get his background and whatnot. It doesn't really work, in my opinion. And a few other things like that. I think David, he has these friends, or I'll put them in quotes, friends, I don't really know. But they're like super cool, or at least that's my understanding of who they are. They're super cool people. And him being like a recluse, it didn't really kind of match up for his personality. And so there are a few things like that maybe I'm just not understanding the culture of Brazil, but yeah, it just kind of stood out as a little bit odd. Other than that, I think with the storytelling method, right? It's an unreliable narrator. And if you get that, then you probably get, how it's being told. But I can see a few people not really understanding that and being kind of confused about its disjointed nature. But, if you get, you get. If you don't, you don't. So, yeah, take that into consideration. So who would I recommend this movie for? Well, if you enjoy foreign films with kind of a unique way of storytelling, then this is probably going to be for you. It definitely doesn't follow that, Hollywood standard where everything is just laid out and everything you see is made to be believed. And so if that sounds like something you want, then yeah, check this one out. As for rating, well, I have to give it the average score of 5. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.